Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to make a lo-fi remix of Industry Baby from Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow. But all the tips that I'm showing you now, you can just use that with any song really. So this is just how I did it for this specific song. But I mean, you can do this with pretty much any song. So yeah, let's just get into it. So the first thing I did was I just searched up the acapella of the song. So I just went on YouTube and searched up Industry Baby acapella, and there already was one available, so I just took that. But in case you can't find the acapella of the song you want, you can try using programs like Isotope RX7, something like that. I'll leave a link to that in the description below, so you can go and try that. And after I had that, the next thing I did is I just pulled that in and searched up the BPM and the key of that song. So originally this song has the BPM of 150, so the next thing I did was I just stretched it to 150, and after that I just pulled down the BPM to like 130 or something, just to make it a bit slower. I say the most lo-fi songs are like around 140 BPM or like 70 BPM, 80 BPM, something around that. Just see what works for you pretty much. So the song was originally also in D sharp minor, so what I did after I had the acapella down here in the right BPM, I just went into Lounge Lizard and I pulled out this preset right here called Classic Tracks Aspirations, and I just put down some chords in D sharp minor, and this is how they sound like. As you can hear, that has some effects on it. So what I did with that was I have some RC20 on there, the VHS effect, and I just messed with some of the settings down here. The next thing I have on there is EQ, just cutting out those lows and some of the highs as well. Then I have some reverb on there, as you can see right here, and also some delay. And yeah, altogether that just equals that sound right there. And the next thing I did is I just added these top notes right here with the same preset, and I just added these right here. So then I pretty much had like the basics down. So the next thing I did was I went over to the vocals and I just adjusted them so I could always listen to that while making the rest of the beat. So what I did was I put some effects on the vocals so that it sounds more like in the background and just gives it kind of that lo-fi effect. As you can see, these are the effects I have on the vocals, and you actually don't need this many. It's just a bit over the top right here actually, but pretty much what I have on there is just EQ to start off, just to cut out like the basic frequencies that I don't want, so like the lows and the highs. I just like kind of cut that out, and there's this harsh part in the middle I also cut out, and that's just pretty much to get like more of that radio effect, and also just cutting out like parts of the vocals that I don't really want. Then I also put some RC20 on there just to give the vocals also some like lo-fi effect. Then I have a compressor on there, the fruity limiter I also have on there. Then I have another fruity limiter just used as a compressor. Then I have a de-esser on there, some reverb as well, as you can see right here. Then I have some delay on it as well. The Fruity Love filter I also put on there just to also give it more of that lo-fi effect, and another EQ just reinforcing kind of that radio effect. And when you put that all together, this is how it sounds like, just the vocals and the Lounge Lizard chords. That's pretty much how I do the vocals for the lo-fi remixes, and that's how I left the vocals like throughout the whole track. And then on with the beat, the next thing I did was I added a bass, just following the bass note from the main chords. Then another sound I added was this DSK brass. It's not the best plugin to be honest, but I just couldn't find a good like trumpet plugin to kind of fit, you know, the Industry Baby, because it has that trumpet in it. So I just found this one right here, but I tried to make it work. What I put on the effects was some EQ, some reverb, also some RC20, some delay as well, and another Fruity Love filter. And I just put down this pattern right here. So that's how that was sounding like. And the last sound I actually added was from X-Band right here. I just got this preset right here called Bright Paths Beneath the Waves from X-Band. And so pretty much what I did with this preset is I just routed it to the same channel that the trumpet is on, and this is how it sounds like. So that's all of the melodies and that for the track. So the next thing I did was I just went over to the drums, and the drums are pretty simple. So what I did is I just started off with this pretty simple 2-step hi-hat pattern, and as you can see, it's just always velocities just going up and down, and this is how it sounds like. And so yeah, the next thing I added was this snare right here. Then I added a kick in right here. As you can see, there's 2 different kicks if you look closely, and the reason for that, they're the same kick, but on one of them what I did is I've taken out like the last part, so I faded it out, and on the second one I've left the whole full thing in, because if you now listen to the full kick right here, it has like this hi-hat thingy at the end, and I only wanted that to hit sometimes, and the first kick is just simple without that part at the end like this. So yeah, that's pretty much the only reason for that, and this is how the kick sounds like. Then another thing I added was this shaker right here. Yeah, it's just to like add another element to it, I guess. Nothing too crazy, it just has a bit of reverb on it, and this is how it sounds like. And then I also added a open hat, also just has a tiny bit of reverb on it, and that's it. And then one of the last things I added was this crash right here, and this is how that sounds like. Now to the arrangement and this automation clip that you can see down here, which I'll get to in a sec. But yeah, for what I did for the arrangement is I just started off with the chords and like the intro of the song. Pretty much what I did for the whole track is I just let the trumpets play during the hook of the song, and the rest of the sounds, so like the counter piano melody and the X band, I just let those play during the verses. And yeah, other than that, there's nothing too crazy about the arrangement. It's just the drums cutting in and out, and like for example when the hook starts, the crash comes in, or like when the verses start, the crash also comes in. And yeah, this little tape stop that you can see down here, this automation clip, the plugin for that is the D Blue tape stop. It's this thing right here. I'll leave a link for that to download that as well in the description. Like what it says, it's just a tape stop. So what I did is I right click on this trigger right here and press create automation clip, and when I've done that, what I did for Jack Harlow's verse is there's like this break where there's actually like a clap in the real song where he does like this clapping thing, and what I did is I just put automation clip down there. Also just played around with my drums as well, and this is what it comes out like. And pretty much that's it. That's the whole thing right there. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll try and answer them below in the comments as well. If you have any suggestions of what kind of video you want to see from me, let me know as well. And other than that, peace.